Apple is about to make the most significant change to the iPhone Pro lineup in years. And the part that most people are completely ignoring right now is not the camera, is not the chip. It is one design and display decision that could make your current upgrade timing either brilliant or a very expensive mistake. Here is what you need to know before you spend a single dollar. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to start at $1,299. That is the current working estimate based on supply chain reports and component pricing analysis. Some analyst projections push the ceiling toward $1,399 for higher storage configurations. Before we go any further, that number matters because everything we are about to discuss has to be measured against what you are actually paying for. Let us start with the change nobody is treating seriously enough. Apple is widely expected to introduce a foldable adjacent form factor shift in the broader iPhone 18 lineup. But the Pro Max is targeting a different kind of revolution. The display is moving to a thinner, more refined panel architecture, with peak brightness expected to push past 3,000 nits. That is not just a spec number. That is the difference between barely reading your screen in direct Miami sunlight and having a display that genuinely works anywhere on Earth. And here's where things get very interesting. The bezels. Multiple supply chain sources are pointing to the thinnest bezels Apple has ever shipped on an iPhone. We are talking about a display that takes up more of the front face than any iPhone before it, a near-borderless experience that puts the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra on notice. Samsung has been chasing this look for 3 generations. Apple may deliver it first on the Pro Max in a way that actually works in daily use. But that is not the biggest change. The A19 Pro chip is coming. And if the generational leap follows the pattern established by the A17 Pro to A18 Pro transition, we're looking at a chip that delivers somewhere in the range of 20 to 25% faster CPU performance and a GPU uplift that will matter enormously for one specific group of buyers, which we will get to in a moment. In real-world terms, this means 4K ProRes video exports that currently take your iPhone 16 Pro Max approximately 38 seconds could complete in under 28 seconds on the 18 Pro Max. That is not a spec sheet improvement. That is time back in your day, every single day, if you are a creator working in the field. Most buyers comparing specs are completely missing this detail, and it could make or break whether this purchase is actually right for them. Let's talk about the camera system, because this is where the investment argument becomes very real. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to ship with a periscope telephoto lens across the entire Pro lineup, not just the Pro Max. That is a significant departure from the current strategy where Apple limited certain camera features to the top model. The competition has noticed. The Google Pixel 9 Pro and Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra both offer periscope zoom at their respective price points. Apple is now moving to match and potentially exceed those systems with improved low-light performance at range. The rumored zoom capability sits at 5x optical with enhanced computational processing behind it. Early supply chain photography suggests the sensor size is also increasing, which directly translates to better dynamic range in challenging lighting. The exact scenario where iPhone cameras have historically lost ground to competitors. Here is the part that almost nobody is talking about right now. Battery life. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to carry a meaningfully larger battery cell than the 17 Pro Max, potentially the largest Apple has ever shipped in a standard iPhone form factor. Combined with the efficiency improvements from the A19 Pro chip built on a next-generation node, we could be looking at all-day battery life that competes seriously with the best Android flagships on the market. If you're currently on an iPhone 15 Pro Max or older, this is the moment your daily charging anxiety ends. That single change alone may justify the upgrade cost for a significant portion of buyers. Now here is the real-world performance story that changes everything. The A18 Pro, which powers the current iPhone 16 Pro Max, is already the fastest mobile chip available when benchmarked against the Snapdragon 8 Elite inside the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. The A19 Pro is expected to extend that lead. But raw benchmark numbers only tell part of the story. What matters more is sustained performance. Apple's thermal management, the ability to maintain peak speeds under extended load, has been a consistent advantage over Samsung's flagship lineup. In demanding tasks like extended gaming sessions or long video processing workflows, iPhones historically maintain their performance ceiling longer than competing Android devices. For gamers, this is critical. Apple Arcade titles and the growing library of AAA console ports, like games currently running on the iPhone 16 Pro, will run with higher frame rates and more stable performance on the 18 Pro Max. If you're gaming on iPhone 13 or 14 series, the jump will feel generational. Let us address the competition directly, because your money deserves that honesty. At $1,299 and above, you are choosing between the iPhone 18 Pro Max, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra at $1,299, and the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL at $1,099. Each of these is a genuine flagship-tier investment. Samsung brings unmatched S Pen productivity and a more customizable Android experience. Google delivers the best pure Android software and the most natural AI photography processing available. Apple counters with ecosystem depth, long-term software support, now confirmed at 7 years of iOS updates, and the single most fluid mobile operating system available. For buyers already inside the Apple ecosystem, with a Mac, iPad, AirPods, or Apple Watch, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is not just a phone purchase. It is the continuation of an infrastructure investment that becomes more valuable with each device you add. That ecosystem advantage is not marketing language. It is a financial multiplier on your existing technology investment. Here is the part that surprised us the most when running the numbers on long-term ownership value. If you keep this phone for 3 years, which is the real average upgrade cycle for most buyers, a $1,299 investment works out to roughly $433 per year, or about $36 per month. Compare that to the $1,099 Pixel 9 Pro XL, which costs $366 per year over the same window. The difference is less than $70 per year. For the performance ceiling, camera system, and ecosystem integration the iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to deliver. That gap is easy to justify for most professional and creator users. So after everything, the chip, the display, the camera, the battery, the competition, here is who should actually buy this, who should upgrade, and who should wait. If you're on an iPhone 13 Pro Max or older, buy this immediately when it launches. The cumulative generational improvements across chip performance, camera capability, and battery life represent a transformation in daily experience that you will notice within hours of setup. If you're on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, this decision is closer. The display, battery, and camera improvements are real and meaningful, but not urgent. You are not making a mistake by waiting one more cycle. If you're on an iPhone 16 Pro Max, wait. There is nothing here that warrants a 2-year upgrade cycle for the price difference. Hold your position. For professionals and creators shooting video in the field, editing on device, and working within an Apple ecosystem daily, by the 18 Pro Max. The ProRes video improvements, the A19 Pro performance gains, and the extended battery life are not nice-to-have features at your level. They directly affect your output quality and your time. For casual users who primarily call, text, and scroll, consider waiting to see whether the iPhone 18 base model delivers enough for a significantly lower entry price. You do not need the Pro Max tier for that workflow. For gamers upgrading from anything older than an iPhone 14, this is your moment. The combination of the A19 Pro GPU performance, thermal management, and the growing premium mobile game library makes this a serious gaming investment.